Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Welcome to the Bitchin' Comfy Couch Cast, everyone. I'm your bitchin' host, CatBit. Who are you bitchin' people?
I'm your bitchin' edgelord, Jacob, and I'm gonna tell all you bitchin' assholes out there to have a bitchin' good time to bitchin' night.
Hell yeah! This is the bitchin' random Heary right here. Happened to record this bitchin' podcast with CatBit. Bitchin'.
My wife left me.
So, anyway, Boomer comics, aren't they funny?
Yeah, they're really funny. I especially like that one where the kid had a Pokemon Go shirt on his chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Pokemon Go is gonna destroy this generation.
You know, with all the boomers bitching and moaning about how they can't stand change and everything, let's talk about a cartoon that teaches us that change is healthy for society, like Rocko's Modern Life, which I saw the movie last Saturday. What do you
fuck yeah.
What do you
But
guys
was
think?
it a movie?
No, it was a
Yes,
40-minute.
was.
It was a 40-minute special.
It was, but it was also a good special because it may or may not be the finale or the beginning of a new series.
No, apparently it's a finale.
Oh, then okay, never mind. Wrap it up, folks. See you later. Roll credits. Bye.
Austin, come back.
He'll come back. We'll reboot him, and this time he'll be darker and grittier.
Yeah, it had a lot to say about nostalgia, and then out of nowhere talking about transgender rights, which I'm okay with. It felt out of nowhere, but whatever.
No, I think they did it really well. It was probably one of the better representations of that.
They didn't make a big deal out of it. Like, the character was actually a realistic portrayal of how trans people would act like.
That's what made it so good. Like,
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, it's called Rocko's Modern Life, so they handle on modern issues. So expect
not just
that.
modern issues, it's about, like, modern strife. But, like,
Yeah, but that's a better wording of it.
And of course you'll have like those idiot transphobes just bitching at Netflix saying that like they're brainwashing the children.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, Netflix didn't produce it. Nick just sold them the rights to that because they knew it wouldn't do well, ratings-wise, with their kids' demographic.
I mean, especially when it came to Rocko, like, there was this one time in, like, one of the game shows they had recently, like, one of the questions was, like, what cartoon from Nickelodeon stars a kangaroo trying to deal with modern life? And the kid is just like, what?
it's the equivalent of Craig of the Creek, where the kid's like, "Hey, you remember Edda and Eddie?" It's like, no.
I don't know what this Edda and Eddie is. Why are you talking to me about this Ed and Eddie?
Like, leave us alone. Just leave us alone. Like, congrats. You watched a cartoon as a kid. You sat on your ass and said.
That whole episode of Craig of the Creek was like a Big Bang Theory episode.
But it was an anti-human thing. It's just like, yeah, you grew up with these things. Now leave these kids alone.
Let these kids have their own nostalgia.
It's not just nostalgia. It made us look like we're just annoying. We are, but we have the power for some reason.
At least we're not like the fucking boomers who like go start ranting 24/7 about the good old days.
Listen, and when they complain about millennials bitching, look at these fucking boomers. All their comics are bitching.
Yeah, the Sears catalog was bitchin'. I can't believe they got rid of that bitchin' thing.
We're not doing this again. It was painful in the beginning.
Okay, let's go back to Rocko, but let's go back to Rocko. So, honestly, in my opinion, at least, like, both this and the Hey Arnold Jungle movie were, like, really good, how you say, movies, because, like, here's the thing, like, these feel like these shows never left. They feel exactly like the old show, like, granted, that's only because, like, I have a nostalgic bias for Rocko and Hey Arnold because of the shitload of reruns I used to catch on Nicktoons Network, but it's like...
Exactly. I didn't grow up when it was originally around because I wasn't allowed to watch my television, only, like, Cartoon Network. Which, honestly, looking back, Cartoon Network had a few good shows, but most of it was reruns.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that great. Austin Trigg says Cartoon Network wasn't that great.
I mean, I always say it's like, for as much as my generation would say that like the episodes after the first movie were good, like I used to remember seeing like on Nicktoons Network they used to rerun the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, which is kind of why I still hold those seasons in high regard, even though like I used to watch them back before like the movie even came out.
Another thing with Nicktoons Network, like Nicktoons Network felt like a ground for like all things Nickelodeon. It was celebrating it, and then when it like lost viewership, it just came as like a dumping ground for like shows Nickelodeon didn't give a shit about.
If it ain't Nostalgia Bait or SpongeBob or Loud House or Ninja Turtles or future or potentially Garfield, it's essentially just a dumping ground. I can't stand Nicktoons Network nowadays because of what it negatively represents for the channel.
I mean, Nicktoons Network even have like original programming. Some not good, but it felt like its own network.
What about
like they had stuff like
Making Fiends?
They had like Speed Racer, The Next Generation, 3 Delivery,
Iron Man, Armored Adventures,
Wolverine and the X-Men.
You forgot about Kappa Mikey.
Oh, Kappa Mikey was good.
Oh, Voltron. Did I say Voltron Force?
Yeah, you can. I think you said Voltron Force.
No, actually, I don't think he said that. But also, what else did they have? They also had Edgar and Ellen. I remember that was another
There's
original
this
program.
one show called Skyland. I remember seeing an ad for that on the back of like a SpongeBob special edition of Nick Mag.
Skylands was a good show, which, speaking of which, with, like, the whole topic of Nicktoons, you wanna know what's funny about this whole scenario?
What?
It was actually my introduction to Invader Zim, which, funny enough, is our next topic.
Yes, Zim. But in terms, just to close out Rocko real quick, I really love the special. I love the issues that it tackled. It is kind of a bit of a telling someone that is nostalgic like us to say, hey guys, can you fuck off with the nostalgia thing?
Yeah.
But it's not in a mean way, it's in a way it's just like, yes, that's good. You can still hold that stuff precious, but like...
Also, like, the ending...
A cartoon is not going to fix your problems.
Exactly. Also, like, can I bring up the ending of, like, Rocko?
Yeah.
Okay, so, spoilers for anybody who didn't watch this, skip to...
1446.
The movie ends with, like, Conglommo getting blasted off into space and, like, it benefiting, like, the entirety of O-Town because, like, the money now belongs to the citizens and they don't have to rely on, like, a crappy corporate...
Does that mean Rocko is pro-communism?
No, it's essentially just saying death to the capitalists, death to the corporates.
That's what he means. And, like, pro-communism.
Not on my God-given watch. Long live capitalism, no one will keep us down.
I still don't get like why they would put in a scene like that. Like I could imagine like them making fun of like corporates. I know about them. I know about like O-Town basically being owned by Conglommo, but I don't know like does that like come out of nowhere?
No, like they hint
to Delta City with RoboCop, where the company runs fucking everything just there, and it's like, oh, this big cancer on our town is finally defeated.
Essentially, it's like, how would I say? It's like, they actually hinted at something like that in, like, the part in the middle of the film where essentially, like, what was it? That, the rocket that blasted Rocko and his friends into outer space is the same one that takes away, like, Conglommo. So...
Yeah, but I did really love the new Rocko special. Like, Static Cling just... felt like it didn't leave, and also like had the same humor and everything. Just it felt like like an actual cartoon. Just watching one, because trust me, felt like a breath of fresh air. Just watching an actual cartoon.
Because cartoons nowadays are so chilled back and relaxed, mostly because we live in a terror-driven state. And I'm not gonna lie, like that's true. That's our world now, and this is what people view as an escape net, where people just are chill and no bad things happen.
Yeah.
This was a breath of fresh air because it's a cartoon. It's supposed to be fun and wacky. You don't get this anymore, and there's a reason why. Because things are terrible now, and people do sedate their problems. I know I shouldn't compare it to that, but no, watch this Infinity Train and 12 Forever back to back. You're just like,
wow.
There is a complete generation difference of how things are produced.
Yeah, cartoons can't be fun anymore. It's you have to be overly dramatic, or it's if it's Teen Titans Go or Gumball, you have the internet just throwing a tantrum saying that it's not serious enough for their taste.
Now, Gumball gets a pass because it's the closest we'll ever get to that.
To that nostalgic...
But it's not just that, and I actually do hope Rocko comes back, but with a new, voice cast, just give them the blessing, you know what I mean?
Or better...
Nickelodeon would make a shitload on Netflix making a new series.
Or better yet, let's just try to have an equal balance, where we have goofy comedy cartoons similar to the old days, and action cartoons can take the mantle and use the story-driven stuff for action cartoons, or superhero cartoons, because I feel they fit better in a superhero cartoon as opposed to a comedy cartoon.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it was with the cartoons back then. We had a good variety of shows that we had something for everyone. People who liked action cartoons, we had Teen Titans, we had Samurai Jack, and if you liked just wacky cartoons, you had stuff like Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Or if you liked something chill or mellow, you have the slice of life cartoons, or you have wacky cartoons, slice of life cartoons, superhero cartoons, action adventure cartoons. Now it's just essentially just slice of life cartoons forcing in storylines that don't need it.
And sometimes we also have...
now real life is beyond terrible. We're looking for... It's kind of like the movie Soylent Green, where people sit down as they die, try to look at a peaceful world. That's what cartoons are nowadays. It's about people wanting to live peacefully instead of being killed.
I definitely see where you're coming from.
Put that away. It's it's a sedative. These are what I call sedative cartoons now. And with Rocko, it's not that. It is just a wacky cartoon. Make it go hopefully this inspires Netflix to agree with things that aren't always slice of life, because Forever and Rocko are really good choices in animation.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I think 12 Forever really did good with the goofiness, but also handling with relatable topics too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing is about escapism and facing reality as you're budding up. But with Rocko, it is just about escapism, just pure escapism, and also with a hint of realizing how you're, because Rocko's 20. He's in his early 20s. And, he didn't age when he was in space because he's a cartoon. And
so is Samurai Jack?
No, because he was in space, so he ages normal. Plus, he's a cartoon and he's not real, so it's a.
Yeah.
Sorry, the magician's hat is fake, and how the lips move along with the.
Long story, too long, didn't read. Let's hope the 2020s when Netflix and streaming services eat cable alive, we actually can bring back the style of cartoons where it's for everyone as opposed to
not even in a nostalgic way, just be a cartoon.
Exactly, it's
exactly, and there's a bunch of artists who want that too, and people who express interest in that. So I think we will get that stuff soon, especially with the new Cuphead cartoon that's coming out.
Oh yeah, it's
that's made for both adults. That's made for just adults, though, right?
Cuphead is for kids.
Kids like Cuphead too.
But I mean, they're obviously gonna have to change the ideas a bit, so that way it's not appropriate.
I see babies, I see Cuphead stuff sold for babies at Target.
Yeah.
But that stuff's about demons and hell and
I mean, let's talk about our next topic, Invader Zim. What are your expectations for this new movie?
I expect it to start off strong and end up.
Well, showing that it's based off the first couple issues of the Invader Zim comic, I'm gonna expect that. But I I think they're building up to a finale for it.
Like in
And-
the trilogy.
Maybe, but with this movie, it's basically gonna give the fans what they've been asking for with I guess a combination with the Invader Zim movie and also wrapping Zim's arc up.
Where he finally realizes oh fuck, it was a lot.
Yeah, apparently, from what I heard from a leak, that's actually what the movie's about. Zim realizes the tallest lied to him, and he loses confidence in himself.
So he becomes an invader of his. He doesn't to be an Urgan Armada invader.
That would be really interesting. He doesn't he would need to sulk a bit, and then he realizes he doesn't need the tallest approval to be an invader. He can just be an invader himself.
He has a nemesis, so he is a villain in his own right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
He's actually dangerous because he can't stop him. Plus, he has a very positive message towards people. It's even if you suck, do not give up. He will not give up. And that's what made people like Zim. Plus, he was stupid. He was just so stupid. I don't mean it in a negative way. It's just he's a genius on his planet's standard, but he's an insane idiot.
I never really thought of him as stupid. There's points where his plans can work. And there's points where he could have won, but Zim has this ego and also kind of full of himself that he's kind of blind to his plan failing and backfiring.
Yeah.
Which I really liked about him. But with this movie,
And Dib is so desperate for everybody's approval that his plans always fail because he never thinks, wait, hold on, what if I trick Zim by being his friend? That way he admits who he is in front of everybody.
Also, here's another thing that the comics kind of failed with, I guess their character arcs. In the comics, they kind of forgot, they just see Dib as just an underdog, just trying to stop Zim. But they removed a character flaw to him. You know how everyone thought he was crazy and everything.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to root for him, but it also shows that Dib kind of is crazy because whenever people don't believe him, he would start having a spaz attack if people don't
I think it's because he's a kid, and that's he's that kid. He's I'm not lying, I didn't. He's a little kid, he's 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah, he is a kid, but also
Even for kid standards, he's still insane.
You can definitely see why people are oh, yeah,
Plus, he gets into trouble a lot. He causes issues. I remember he was annoying the little Bigfoot kid. That little Bigfoot kid just wanted to be left alone, and he's kind of an asshole. He's just I don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, that was his character flaw that made him a good balanced character.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a good person. He is
he's
one. He mostly wants to capture Zim because he wants to be famous and for everyone to like him instead of actually wanting to save Earth.
Yeah, that also he's very obsessive of the paranormal.
Not in a fun way. It's more no, this exists and I'll prove it. It's Zach Baggins alert.
Yeah. Oh my God, Zach Baggins.
Dib.
He actually
Zach Baggins.
Dude, Zach Baggins was actually in my hometown. He actually filmed an episode here, and I wanted to actually go up to him and be like, "Hey Zach, fuck you!"
Fuck you, you dumb bastard.
Oh, if people don't know, Zach Baggins is the guy who did Ghost Adventures.
Oh wow.
He's the guy who believes in the supernatural despite being a fraud.
That, and also he's a huge douche if you look at him.
Yeah.
That's what Dib would be when he's an adult.
Oh no!
Dib would be on there saying "Oh, I'm going to talk to a rabbi about a Dybbuk. So, Rabbi, do you believe in demons?" Is the rabbi's I guess not really. Depends on your script. And then he just immediately puts his hand on the camera. It's a demon took that guy away.
Wow, that's epic, Lois. So, you guys have high hopes for the new Invader Zim movie?
I do.
I have high hopes, but but also have like some worries.
I kind of hope this isn't the end of Zim, because I believe in passing the torch stories, and I do hope that Nickelodeon forces a new guy to make the Zim show, and they just give Jonah Vasquez a shit ton of money every time they make a new season on Netflix. He's like, okay, whatever.
I doubt that's going to happen, but we still got the Invader Zim comics. That's kind of like the passing of the torch kind of thing.
Those.
Yeah.
Isn't like a lot of this special based on the comics?
Because if Zim is a success on Netflix, they're going to be like, we're going to need more of that.
Mm-hmm. But I hear there's like a rumor that Jonah Vasquez is actually working on something new for Netflix.
Oh, cool. But is it under Nickelodeon, or...?
I think it's just like Netflix, because I remember like Jonah posted on like I think his like Twitter that he was taking a piss in Netflix's like studio bathroom, and then he took it down.
Wow.
Oh, come on. That would have been funny.
Taking a pee.
Also, what else is there to say? You know, it's like, since we're still on the topic of like Nickelodeon and such, like, so apparently like there's still news over like the whole Viacom and CBS merger that's happening, but this was like a suggestion.
It basically was confirmed that they're merging again today. They were previously like the same company until 2006, when I think because of antitrust concerns they had to like spin off.
That makes me worried, because Viacom will be teaming up with a lot of other companies, and God help me when Ultraman's adapted here. That means they're going to try to be like, hey, we're Viacom. Do you want us to protect your icon from things? Be like, yeah. It's like, shit.
They're not going to adapt your favorite Toku.
They're not good.
Toku. He's a superhero. I don't... Once he's in the U.S., he's no longer a Toku thing. He's the superhero. He will be Americanized as fuck, and people will totally forget where he comes from.
How are they gonna Americanize Ultraman? Give an example.
They're gonna make him all CG about why Trump's America's badass, and then have him break for world peace while beating the fuck out of
I'm pretty
Iran.
sure you can't. I'm pretty sure like most companies wouldn't like talk about Trump being good.
I know, I was just saying that just as a joke, but they'll probably just make it like a CW show.
Yeah, make it
it'll
like
be America, but it'll still be Canada.
Have some pretty white teens to be in it. Also have a black sidekick.
They'll probably do that, but I sincerely hope for the best. But I don't trust Viacom with things, because Viacom and Star Trek do not have a good relationship, because Viacom is like overprotective of Star Trek, even though they barely make any money off of it, which is ridiculous. But whatever. I'm not part of a major company that specializes in fucking over people with fair use claims.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't let people make their own Star Trek uniforms back in the 90s because they thought it was a breach of, like, copyright things, even if they just made it for themselves. They found out you had one that you didn't buy from them, they didn't make them back then. They were just like, okay, cease and desist.
What else do you think you're going to see from, like, this Viacom and CBS, like, merge?
From what I heard,
More
like,
shitty TV shows.
from what I heard, they're thinking of buying even more companies.
Viacom?
Yeah, I heard some companies they want to buy include Lionsgate, Discovery Networks, AMC Networks.
Hold on, imagine
Lionsgate sucks ass, so...
Well, there's no, like, recovering for them, so might as well. Imagine this. Imagine if Viacom buys fucking Disney. Disney's not the top dog anymore.
No, Disney would buy Viacom.
They're just gearing. They're just getting their lawyers ready. It's going to be a war of epic proportion.
I'm tired of this. Yo, maybe that Rocko's Modern Life special give us a good thing. Yeah, let's just enact communism. I'm tired of these multimedia conglomerates taking all these properties and giving us copyright strikes. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, fuck capitalism.
Yeah, let's go live on a commune and we'll raise our own pigs.
And then
There
we'll
won't be
immediately crash and turn downhill once drugs and alcohol are introduced, followed by guns, showing that people running a society just from scratch is incredibly difficult, especially if you have a hippie ideology.
We live in a society, bottom text.
No, listen, here's how we're gonna make things work and show, like, people that we actually mean shit. We gotta have a music festival, but we're not really doing anything. We're just gonna have it just to spread awareness, you know.
In case you're wondering, we're all making fun of the Rajneeshi people, so...
There we go.
Remember when Woodstock 50 was cancelled?
Yep.
Good. Fuck you, hippies. Fuck you.
I'm sorry for
Fuck you and your shitty bands.
sorry about that, guys.
What?
I had to get something done.
CatBit canceled.
We didn't even notice.
Woodstock 50.
Oh boy.
We didn't
We're
notice you
just
were gone.
talking about how capitalism's evil.
Oh boy.
In
So
a joking way.
long story short, capitalism bad. Disney's also.
Communism good, and if you say anything bad about communism, we will block you on YouTube and Twitter and Tumblr. Oh, by the way, Tumblr's getting sold to WordPress. That's funny.
Oh boy.
To WordPress?
Yeah, WordPress's parent company is buying Tumblr for like less than what Verizon paid.
Oh my god!
Wow, I was such epic.
I mean, like, will they let the NSFW artists come back?
No.
So the whole point of Tumblr is dead now.
Tumblr's just as dead as Blogspot and LiveJournal.
What are those again?
Exactly.
You're just proving his point.
Wait, what point?
Like his point that those sites are dead.
Wait, who's dead?
Yo, you're just lost.
I don't
Now-
know.
Nacho fries.
Nacho fries, those are delicious. Leave
Now
back.
you're speaking his language.
What else is So speaking of, like, the whole capitalism versus communism thing, the new Disney Lion King remake is beaten like Frozen in the box office for highest grossing animated film. And of
Listen,
course the
don't-
public is losing their mind over this.
Yeah. Listen, CatBit. We don't have just a capitalism problem. We also have an overpopulation problem.
So I guess we need to be like China and only have one kid per family.
Yeah. No, we gotta do that. Haven't you watched that Captain Planet episode about
Someone handed a mediocre video on.
We need Captain Planet to tell us that overpopulation is bad. I'm Ted Turner.
What about half the population?
I'm Ted Turner, and I'm gonna shoot my face.
Ted Turner loves capitalism, but I like him because he liked wrestling and cartoons.
Wow, Jacob,
yeah, that's a
really
reason to get on someone's side.
Wow, Jacob, you really are a white guy.
Yeah,
He's easily persuaded.
No, I don't like wrestling. I was being ironic. But I am white. Like how we're all white here, except maybe Austin.
It's not white.
I'm Mexican.
Whatever.
You're Mexican with.
I may look white, but I'm still Mexican.
What else? Here's the thing, like, have you been noticing the rise in box office for like a lot of hit movies compared to like older movies from like I guess 20 years ago?
All these are Disney
they're all
movies,
Marvel
right?
movies, so.
Yeah, it shows like how bad the population has grown.
Well, mostly in China because nobody can stop fucking.
Captain Planet, you should have just said, pull the fuck out once in a while.
Wear a condom, goddammit.
Like, overpopulation is such a big issue, but film markets are like, holy fuck, we can abuse this shit while we're still alive. And so, a big example, unfortunately, Transformers, when they try to get a movie over there, Michael Bay always counts on, like, Chinese audiences and all that bullshit. But nowadays they're like, okay, actually make good movies and they'll go see it. take Endgame, which is still making money. It's just like...
I mean, the one good thing to come out of Endgame is that at least it
ended.
that it actually did something, that it actually beaten fucking Avatar in the box office.
Dude, fuck Avatar. If any of our fans actually love the movie Avatar, go fuck yourselves. Because
I'm pretty sure, like, most of our, like, fans are, like, animation obsessed weirdos like us. So they probably hate Avatar like the rest of the internet.
It's really weird with Avatar because Avatar's known as, like, the highest grossing movie to ever happen, but, like, it had no cultural impact ever. No one even quotes the movie. No one, like...
It did! Like, The Simpsons parodied it a few times. There's a Treehouse of Horror sketch.
Listen, if The Simpsons do anything with it, that means it died.
You wanna know what this is? It's just James Cameron pandering to the lowest common denominator, trying to get everyone's attention to watch his latest tech demo. That's all. That's basically his whole.
He had like an important message about environmentalism. If you
James
don't agree
Cameron's,
with this, that means you're climate change.
I'm gonna say this once, and I'm gonna
denier. I just want the environment to fucking die.
I'm gonna say this once, and I'm never gonna say it again. James Cameron's movies are nothing more but overly glorified special tech demos. That's all his movies will.
Demos, because most of the things used in tech demos, these tech demo movies, are used in other movies. He and Michael Bay only exist to show the capability of CGI and IMAX cameras. That is it. That is all they're good for, and they can't resist it because James Cameron is more obsessed with having sex with somebody underneath the Titanic and failing several marriages, and instead of
James Cameron is more obsessed with like how beautiful his movies is as opposed to how good the writing is.
Man, guys, you're getting
make good, beautiful movies. Werner Herzog, because he actually has talent.
Yeah.
He's not some Canadian guy who got a gig working with Roger Corman and then ripped off a Outer Limits episode to create the Terminator.
Wow, man, guys, you guys are getting really heated over like Avatar.
What?
Maybe it did have a cultural impact. I mean, look at that.
Not in a good way.
Yeah,
It's like
it's getting us
Possibly one of the
angry.
worst Sam Worthington movies ever made, and I saw Terminator Salvation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What were you saying, Jacob?
The only impact it had on me is that it made me appreciate that awful Pocahontas film from Disney.
Yeah. It's a movie about people who live in a native society have to rely on a white guy to save them.
Pocahontas
We
is a
live
bad
in a
movie.
native society.
Pocahontas is a bad movie. Let's be honest with ourselves.
And then he never explains to them. Why they want the things they want there. And it would have been funny as soon as like Jake Sully said, "Well, these humans they want this rock thing that allows things to float." It's like those little things. That stuff's basically trash on our planet. We have like landfills filled with the stuff. You guys can just easily collect it and get out of here. It's like so many people have died over the years on this planet. Just like they never thought to talk to them about this. It's just.
You know what's sad about Avatar?
What?
That Harry Partridge's parody is more memorable than the actual movie.
Alright.
Because I remember before, like, seeing Avatar, I watched Harry Partridge's thing when it came out, and I just associated it, like, that parody with the movie when I was watching it. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be watching the parody right now.
So, this is a question to ask the audience. Is the Lion King remake a live-action movie or an animated movie?
We're gonna solve that right now.
It's neither, because fuck the Lion King.
It's CG because all the characters are animated on a computer. I know, like, everyone will be like, "Oh, well, it's live action because they're not realistic." It's like, it's animated. Like, I hate the fact that this thing had to, like, come out with these other live action films. And even then, like, a lot of that shit is animated. So it's like, well, okay, well, we screwed ourselves over, guys. We're just, like, try to not give a shit about what they call this. Let's just call it its own thing.
This is like Happy Feet, if we could be honest with ourselves.
It's Happy Feet. Exactly.
It doesn't have a style to call its own. Let's just call it the Happy Feet style from now on.
At least there's more emotion in Happy Feet.
Even though
Yeah,
Happy
but do we
Feet is...
really need those penguins to, like, emote? I hate penguins.
But still, that's saying much because, like, I'm pretty sure, like, Happy Feet is a worser movie than the Lion King remake.
Oh, shit.
Well, I will say this, the Lion King remake is probably one of the most soulless films ever. Does it mean it's bad? I don't know, probably, but I'd rather watch... Actually, no, I'd rather watch Happy Feet, because, like, at least that's an original story.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing with the Lion King, like, remake. Like, basically, did you watch the first movie? That's what you're gonna get here. Except there's, like, no fun to it.
It's emotionless, it's bland, and it makes you sad.
Seth Rogen's Pumbaa, guys! I'm so excited!
Finally, we got, like, his next animated role next to, like, Monsters vs. Aliens.
Or like that cricket thing from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, he was that. He was also the Sausage Party, do you remember that?
What's a sausage party?
Oh, it's that thing where you invite a bunch of dudes over, but forget to invite the chick, and you just have a pile of condoms out there, and you're just like, oh, you guys still want to guys still want to listen to the Pizza Party podcast? And then Nolan's like, hey guys,
Never bring... We never...
Austin, what happened to you?
You don't...
what?
Austin, what happened? Like, this sounded like something last week or something.
Nothing happened. We just watched Stargate, and that was it. Nothing happened. We just saw Stargate, we got bored, and we left.
Did you guys have an orgy while the orgy scene happened in Sausage Party?
I wish that happened, but no.
You're like,
we
we
just
can't
watched
put
Stargate, and it's a terrible movie, and I hated it, and we wanted to go home, and I went home. And I was very sad, because that movie was so bad. Kurt Russell's terrible in it, and Nickelodeon better make me feel happy for once, because Invader Zim is something I feel should at least have a good ending to it, or at least have a good continuation, trilogy, whatever. Actually have a story this time instead of just, oh wow, random edginess may or may not inspire a body part collecting serial killer.
Can I be honest? Like, it feels like the new Invader Zim has been toned down a lot.
I don't know. This one feels way more neon lit than usual. Like the art style is completely different, and I like that. But it's
not in art style, but I mean in like
tone wise,
like tone wise, as in like how it's written.
Like
it's
you don't
not,
have a scene where
it's not as narcissistic. It's not as cynical as it was.
Guys, I never told you what I want from the Invader Zim special.
What do you want?
God, I hope it's not something disturbing.
No, I want a scene where Zim and Dib...
We have like 2 more topics before we end this. One, what Nicktoon would you like to see get a revival reunion special, and what is the best Disney Renaissance film in your opinion?
Ooh, this sounds good. Let's see. Can I go first?
Yeah.
I'll start with like the Disney Renaissance thing. My favorite Disney Renaissance movie has to be either the original Lion King or Tarzan.
Remember when I told you guys that a friend of mine thought one of the gorillas in Tarzan was sexy?
What?
Did I tell this story?
No, you didn't!
When I was a teenager, we were, those budding years where you're just over there, we were talking about Disney movies, and then my friend told me confidence, dude, I wanted to fuck Turk. Just like,
what?
Oh, the thing you could say to me at this point, you had to say that.
You might as well just fuck Rosie O'Donnell!
The gorilla!
Itty bitty titty.
This is... Austin, your turn. What is your favorite Renaissance movie?
Lilo and Stitch, hands down.
But that's not a Renaissance
That's
movie.
not Renaissance. Renaissance is from Little Mermaid to Tarzan.
I didn't like those ones. I didn't like any other one.
Yeah, that was like, I remember when we met in real life, Austin, we went to the Disney store in New York City, and you basically just randomly said Lion King wasn't good, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he just randomly told me that today, too!
It's just, my hatred for Lion King burns with a passion. Because I did think I even joked around saying, like, oh, you know the guy played Adult Swim? Like, yeah, it's like, he killed 2 people in a car crash, but was still allowed to make movies.
Yeah, that was another one, where you talked about Matthew Broderick. Yeah, Matthew Broderick killed people.
Bueller commercial, yeah, for a Super Bowl thing, it's just like, I knew there was a comment that saying, yeah, don't trust him behind the wheel because the reason he did this thing because he killed 2 people in 1986.
Why did Matthew...
Laura Bush killed a guy.
Jacob, what's your favorite Disney Renaissance movie?
None of them, because I want all the Disney execs to be sent up into rocket in space, and all their money is redistributed to the poor.
And then they have to listen to my friend talk about him wanting to fuck Turk.
Yeah, just put him in the rocket.
Just put that guy, also Nerner, put him in.
Yeah.
He also put Nolan in there too.
Yeah, Nolan! Fuck Nolan!
Yeah.
Put him. What else? But seriously, like, what's your favorite, Jacob? What's your favorite Renaissance movie?
Honestly, okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but I haven't seen that many Disney films because if I remember correctly, when I was 3, I was tragically scarred by The Lion King. I don't know which scene it was. It was probably like the one in the elephant's graveyard or like Scar killing Mufasa, but either way.
No, I know what scene scarred you.
What scene?
What scene?
It was the scene where like Simba fell on the petals and the petals spelled sex.
I thought that was like Stardust.
God damn you guys. I would say, and please don't kill me for saying this, both the Lion King and Hercules.
I like Hercules. Honestly, I really love Hades. He's my favorite Disney villain.
Yeah, those are some unpopular choices, Schaefer-Ellis.
Hey, I like Hercules. It's a good movie.
I think it is.
No, I'm just joking. Like those are fine choices.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
And now
I hope Nickelodeon creates new specials for things because I'm hoping for a Teenage Robot finale. If not, I'm writing one myself.
Oh God, no.
Give us a Jimmy Neutron reunion special.
I actually wouldn't mind a Jimmy Neutron reboot because I feel like that one could be rebooted easily.
Just better character models and like.
I think there was a fan one where he actually has the jean thing still, but he has kind of like a shirt under another shirt, like button.
Oh yeah, and like yeah, because like we were in a conversation with Sleepy earlier. She said that it looked weird, but it's like Jimmy Neutron had like realistic hair particles on his ice cream hair.
He's folding his arms, meaning he has won the debate.
I mean, Jimmy Neutron does have that IIQ.
He watches Ben Shapiro every morning.
What else would I love to see get a reunion special? The Wild Thornberrys. It's a show that I don't know. Maybe it's a guilty pleasure, but I have nostalgia for that show.
That would be interesting, but because I'd rather have that one back instead of like Rugrats.
Yeah, Rugrats has been way overplayed. If we can be honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell yeah! I don't want any more Rugrats.
God, I'm so sick of the Rugrats. I regret ever watching that painfully bad cartoon. If you ever get the artist on here for that, just know I don't hate him personally. Just the things he makes. Like you bring me nothing but pain. But I hope you're a good person.
Well, there's this one artist who's like inspired by the Rugrats art style, even though like
Oh, the guy who created fucking Big Mouth.
No, not Big Mouth. Wait, really?
It looks like it's inspired by the Rugrats.
If you look at Big Mouth, they all got the classic Chupo style where all the lips are on their chins.
And, like, their eyes look disgusting.
Uh-huh.
I can't really hate Gabor Chupo because he was a big Frank Zappa fan.
I mean, I think
okay, boomer.
I think, like, the big problem we have to deal with is, like, his crazy ex-wife, because, like, from what they said in interviews, like, she is really insane, from what they said.
Yeah, but that's none of our business, so let's keep out of it.
So, yeah, Jimmy Neutron, I want a reunion special, Wild Thornberries, I want that too, and, what other Nicktoon? Maybe like a how about a Cat Scratch reunion special?
I think Shane will love that.
I don't know if Twitter would like that.
I love Cat Scratch.
Because Doug Tenable's problematic.
Oh yeah, that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, they could do that.
We could probably do a Cat Scratch special without him.
Because I did love, like, Cat Scratch.
Cat Scratch was fun, but Teenage Robot, though, that was awesome.
I would love that one back. Jimmy Neutron back.
Bring back El Tigre. That was a good show.
Yeah!
All these shows back. It should
bring back iCarly.
Bring back Nickelodeon should just bring back the shows that they horribly mistreated in the 2000s, and then
But they grew up. It's just like, oh, hi, people are watching us. Yeah, well, lots happened in our lives, but hey, it's nice to see you again. It's like,
listen, all right, none of those shows are gonna get remade, except like this one. This one's gonna come back. This is what the people want.
Jimmy Neutron.
No, they want Mr. Meaty back.
Yeah, bring back Mr. Meaty.
I actually love.
Wait, guys, I never gave you my idea of a show that Nick should reboot.
What?
Okay, well, after like all the Viacom execs are sent up in a rocket to space and all the money is redistributed to the poor, they should make a Cat Dog reboot, but instead of having Cat Dog, they just kill them off. They kill them off, and it just focuses on the bully dogs.
Them remembering Cat Dog.
The special will be called In Memoriam of Cat Dog.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be good. I would like that. But Mr. Meaty coming back.
We need a Mr. Meaty reboot.
Mr. Meaty. I thought Mr. Meaty was very creative. It was not even a cartoon, but it was okay because it was a sort of. It wasn't even anti-cartoon. It was actually legitimately funny.
Yeah, I loved Mr. Meaty, honestly. Unironically.
Which is weird because most people on the internet are disgusted by it.
I don't see why. I'm like, alright, cool, more for me.
I think you're an idiot.
It's probably because of the fact that, and I'm probably going to cut this part out, the cartoon community are just, spoiled spurgs who just want cartoons to be simple and clean, like the stuff we see nowadays.
Simple and clean. Nice Kingdom Hearts reference.
That wasn't my intention.
Every time I hear Simple and Clean, I think of Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, but, in all seriousness, I think I'd rather have Teenage Robot come back.
Yeah, Teenage Robot, Jimmy Neutron. I would have said Fairly Odd Parents if it weren't for the fact that, the show was horribly butchered up until Loud House killed it.
Mm-hmm. No, Fairly Odd Parents went on for too long. I don't think people want it back.
Yeah.
And again, if Teenage Robot came back, hear me out, guys. I think it would be a lot cooler if it just was about Jenny as an adult. Because, how many years was it since the last movie?
2005.
2005, yeah, 14 years. She'd be 30.
Mm-hmm.
What are Nicktoon property? I would say it'd be cool to see Ren Stimpy come back, but would that work as a theatrical shorts?
Absolutely, where they say, "Hiya, kids! Sorry we made all those terrible adult shorts. Yeah, we did very naughty things there." And then we zoom in.
They did try to make it.
Oh, we liked it.
Oh, actually, I have a story for that.
Yeah, go ahead, tell it.
So Nickelodeon was planning on doing a short before the third SpongeBob movie for Ren and Stimpy, and they set up a whole studio for John Kay in Florida. And John K. did John K. And they were like, fuck you, John, and they shut down the studio.
You know, it's kind of his fault for, like, trying to thinking that it was okay to sexually exploit an autistic woman like that.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this is what I heard from Bob himself.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're gonna bring Ren Stimpy back, just have Bob be in the chair.
Yeah, it's like Bob Camp knows Ren Stimpy better than, like, John K. I mean, it's like, and again, this is like a suggestion I said, like, have Ren and Stimpy be brought back, not as like a reunion special, but like theatrical shorts, like what they're doing with the new Looney Tunes shorts, or like what
I saw how the new Looney Tunes look. They look fucking great.
That would be cool. Like seeing like Ren and Stimpy. Like this is like what I'd like to see. Like bring back Ren and Stimpy as theatrical shorts before they play like a Nickelodeon movie in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. I would love to see Ren and Stimpy.
That would have been like a great way to honor the animators that John K. was like, I guess, inspired by. Even though we all know John K. is a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
want to add, rest in peace, Chris Riccardi.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chris Riccardi. You were great.
Oh, that reminds me of something. Do you know something?
What?
What if we can actually get the modifiers to actually get a series?
That'd be a great tribute.
We could do that?
Yeah, that'd be
If we could, I would definitely say, let's give the modifiers a series.
Yeah, that'd be a great tribute to the creator. It's like he'll finally have his own cartoon, even though, like...
Yeah, let's definitely do that. Like, honestly, you know what? No revivals. Let's actually make the modifiers.
Yeah, let's make the modifiers, put it on Netflix. I think, and this is like a suggestion I say, like, if it isn't Loud House, SpongeBob, Ninja Turtles, or heaven forbids, Garfield in the future, like, what if, like, Nickelodeon decides to just, like, put their new original cartoons onto Netflix?
No, well, they could, or they'll probably put it on the CBS streaming service, now that, like, the ViacomCBS Merger is official.
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Wait, hang on. Since when did, like, CBS have, like, a streaming network?
Oh, they've had it for a while now. That's where, like, the new Star Trek show is, like, streaming.
Mm-hmm. And people actually watch it?
I don't know, I guess. Or they just pirate it. There's also a Twilight Zone reboot.
Yeah.
Oh, with Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
So... I guess it's time. So I guess like to bring up what one of our members said, it's time to wrap things up.
Yep.
So this has been an interesting talk we had, even though like I left for a couple minutes. I'm CatBit. Who are you?
Still memorable.
Yeah. I'm glad we're getting.
What were we talking about again?
I'm glad we're getting better with our podcast.
Yeah.
So. To wrap things up, I'm CatBit, your host. Who are you people?
I'm Random.
I'm Trench, and Sharon, you lied to me.
I'm Jacob, and I'm not a communist.
This has been a new episode of the Comfy Couch Cast, and expect a special guest coming real soon someday.
It's not Pam, so don't expect that.
Goodbye, everyone.
So check yourself before you wreck yourself.